Yo guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today I actually want to play a classical game of chess on Lichess. It's been a while since I've been doing this. But first I want to train some woodpecker method to get warmed up, so that's what we're going to do to begin with. Also, it is, as you can see from the thumbnail, it is 14 days until the release of C3 Venom, which means it is literally only 2 weeks to go, so that's very exciting. I had a nice call with the Chessable marketing team yesterday, so there are some final things I need to sort out, and they need to sort out, but yeah, looks like it's going to be a really great release. And yeah, actually, it's not confirmed exactly what time I will begin, but I'm going to be planning to do a 24-hour stream, which I don't think has ever been done for a Chessable release. So I'm going to do a 24-hour stream, mostly comprising of 1c3 Venom type content. So that's going to be a load of fun. Actually, so I probably in part of this 24-hour stream, I'm going to do a speed run, and the speed run will be on a new account that is related to C3 Venom. So if you guys have any good ideas for like the name of the speedrun account, feel free to comment below and let me know. So I'm gonna need to set this up and play some games on it. So okay, I've been looking at this for forever, but what happens if King H8? Am I just arguing that I'm winning a pawn and this is enough? I just drop back to G6? Probably, right? Okay, nice. Because yeah, they can't take because of the fork. That's the point. Bishop H7, I feel like picks up some material. I think I'm in the mood to play a classical game today as well, just because I played a league match yesterday. It was 2 rapid games, and I got 1 win, 1 draw. But the win was so nice. Like checking it on Engine afterwards, I literally played a flawless game. It was really, really nice. So if you guys are interested, I can show it. But yeah, it was a really nice game. Now this one I seem to remember like this is like a red herring, and I think it wants you to like take this or something and do something like this, but it wasn't quite working for some reason. I don't quite remember what exactly was wrong with it. I seem to remember f6 was the move for some reason, but yeah, this is not really, not sure why. I seem to remember I made lots of mistakes with this one. What to do? So is this really not enough? Takes on f7. If rook takes on g6, I seem to remember it saying that it wasn't enough. Like, can we get away with taking and then maybe just a pawn up isn't enough here? It still looks really good, and I don't see why f6 is much better. Like f6 rook g6, and okay, I realize that this rook is kind of trapped, but And was it f6, rook g6, and c5? Was this the point? I really don't know. But c5 makes no sense when, well, they can't get out immediately, but I really don't remember. I really don't remember what the answer was. I seem to feel like it was f6, and I know we shouldn't be solving these by remembering. But somehow this isn't enough, and I don't know why. Why is this not enough? Ah, maybe after g6 they can play rook e7. Maybe that's the point. But then again, rook takes, and you can play f6, and you get two rooks on, I mean 2 pawns on the 6th rank. Looks really dangerous. Maybe there they go rook e4. And I feel like the pawns will probably be stopped. Yeah, hold on a sec. If knight f7, rook f7, g6, rook e7. No, but we can just take this rook. They can't take ours because we queen. I don't get this. I don't get this. I have the feeling that f6 was correct, but I don't see why. Like, why is this not correct? Was it literally just saying that this is a draw? Like, but we're still a pawn up. I realize it's opposite color bishops, but I fancy the position. Like, compared to this, where the rook is trapped, I just don't know. I don't see it as like super obvious. I feel like f6, rook g6, and it wanted something else. Because I remember I think I played rook e7, and I believe this is a blunder because they go rook takes, pawn takes, rook takes, and then they pick up my rook, right? So I'm pretty sure f6 was the move, but then I need something convincing here. And I don't see a convincing move. Or is it literally just saying a move like king f3? And I'm just improving my king and I've just got full command of the position, like. It's really difficult for me to judge this. Because I don't think king f3 is enough. They could even sack and get out like this. Okay, we've got this outside passport. Maybe that's better, given that I can bring my rook behind. But surely not. King f3 can't be the move. I'm pretty sure it's f6. I'm pretty sure it's f6, but I don't remember. I don't remember the point. Well, maybe the point was just this, bishop f4. Just keep everything under control. That makes much more sense than putting my king to a light square. So maybe it's just bishop f4. And am I eventually going to be able to play... Maybe there I am threatening rook e7, because if they take, I can take on c7, king takes, and then I can take. And if they take, then I can move my king, and probably this is winning, right? So bishop f4. Yeah, okay. I still don't understand why taking on f7 wasn't so good. So knight takes f7 looks like a combination and was played in the game. Okay, Capablanca even played knight f7, right? So it's not totally stupid. But this position collects the g-pawn and it's a draw, right? I didn't understand how this... I mean, I saw this, and I think I just didn't appreciate that the g-pawn will actually be lost. Yeah, because the pawn is blockaded on a light square. Rats. Yeah, I couldn't see that for some reason. Yeah, that's a really good point actually. With opposite colored bishops, pawns on a light square will be extra vulnerable. So I should have spotted this, but yeah, I had this feeling that this was right, and the rooks are trapped, can't sacrifice the exchange in a good way, and it's just good. Takes. Yeah, because then he takes on h6, pawn takes and takes on f6, just king e3. Okay, let's get to exercise 50. Welcome Jan to the stream. Let's get to exercise 50, and then I want to play a classical game on Lichess. So let's at least get to 50. Okay. Knight d6 and just bishop g6. So far this woodpecker run we haven't made a single mistake, so let's keep this up. No 720, I'm crying. Are you sure it's not your computer, Jan? I feel like it looks so clear on my phone. Cause I watch the stream on my phone so I can read chat. Could be this. And we're up a bunch of pawns, so this looks promising. If they take this way, probably we can still take, and we're still doing very well, right? So I think this looks like the cleanest. I mean, if we can trade material in a position where we're a bunch of pawns up, this is very good. Welcome Faz to the stream. Yeah, today I wanted to just do some woodpecker methods to practice, and then I'm gonna play a Lichess game. We're almost up to 43 minutes of training a day. We need like a couple more subscribers, I think, and then we have to train an extra minute. Although today I'm probably training more than 42 minutes anyway. Unless I win the classical game very, very quickly. Wasn't this winning a pawn? Taking on a6 and then this check. I was trying to make some move like this work or something, but no, it looks like it's just winning a pawn. Okay, there we go. Okay, 5 more to go. Oh wait, can we take on h7 in the sense that if the king takes, then we do a double check and then pick up the queen? So if we take on h7, we're threatening the rook, so this looks really strong. Aha, they've played this. And I remember this one. There were like 2 different moves that win. But I think knight g5 was simplest because the pawn takes, just bishop takes, and this is a goner. Yeah. Okay, nice. I tuned into your stream yesterday, but I had to leave at moment's notice because something came up. I see. Faz, you can come and go whenever you like. No pressure with that at all. Yeah, I was contemplating whether to continue with the Argard book from yesterday, but I just feel like I'm more in the mood to just do some woodpecker and then play a game. I think this should be winning a piece. Aha. Probably I just take and bishop f2, and this is fine. Yeah. Actually, Faz, are you gonna try and go for the National Master title? Because I feel like, given your provisional rating, just try and grind out like a bunch more games against low-rated players who you think you can like avoid losing, and just try and get that NM title. Because I think like if you're on a provisional rating and you play, I don't know, like some open tournament, you could lose a bunch, right? If it doesn't go well. And open tournaments are so hit or miss, I feel like. Either it, like, it really depends who you play and stuff. So I don't know, if you have a high provisional rating, I would milk it and try and get that NM title. But I don't know what your objectives are, like if that's something that matters to you. But in your shoes, if I was you, I would definitely try and make it work. Probably rook takes is strong. Because the thing is, Faz, if you wait until next season, and if you're still playing in the Leicestershire League, you'll probably be like board 2 for Syston, and you'll be playing much stronger players, I think. So, yeah, I don't know. It feels. I don't know what the best strat is actually. Maybe you can't even game it. I don't know. I feel like Rook E4 should be just winning a pawn, and we're very happy to win a pawn. Not missing anything. Okay, nice. Let's do a couple more. Oh, right, it's no longer provisional, but I think... Does ECF not still have your rating fluctuate more when you've played less games? Because you've only played, like, the minimum number to make it not provisional, right? Yes, however, I will not do this until my level of theory knowledge improves. Ah, Wigston, right, not Syston. My bad. Aha, you'll be board 1 for next season. Damn, okay. Yeah. I know, but yeah, I guess nothing much you can do. Because I think the National Master title, you still need to play a certain number of games over a pretty long period of time. So, probably you'll just have to play next season, just try and do your best. Yeah. But definitely a good place to start. Like, definitely National Master could be on the cards. Because also welcome Josh to the stream. Sorry for not giving you a shout out there. But yeah, basically, I know someone, actually the player I played in my last round of the the English Championships. Basically, he was, he had an old ECF of 223. So his like ECF was like almost 2400. But he can't claim the National Master title because he didn't play enough games in that period. I think he only played like maybe 20 something games, and I think you need to play like 30 games in a year. So it's like, and then like when he started playing again, his rating is at like 2150 ECF, so he hasn't been able to claim it. But yeah, I feel like had he just played like a few more games, he would 100% get it, because even if he lost all of his games, he would still be above 2200. So it seems kind of crazy that he doesn't get the title. I think it's knight f7. Rook, queen h8. Yeah. Maybe rook d5 looks strong. If pawn takes and bishop takes, if rook d5, is there anything else? Or are we happy to win a pawn here? I feel like we probably are. Okay. So they blundered. Okay, let's do one final one. Probably rook h7, right? King takes his force, queen h3. Queen g7. And this is just mating, right? This looks completely clear, unless I've missed something. I don't think so. Okay, nice. That's a good warm-up. I feel a bit more in shape. Yeah, I think K ratings have more fluctuations, but A ratings certainly have less. Do they do A ratings nowadays? I completely don't remember what the current system is. My old ECF was 190. I see. Okay, that's still very good. Yeah, I guess if you back yourself that you'll be fine no matter who you play in what format, then I guess just keep doing what you're doing, really. For NM, you need to play 30 games in a space of 12 months and keep an average of 2200. 30 games. Yeah. I wonder how you can get more games. I guess the problem is, yeah, next season if you're playing on board 1, this is gonna be a real challenge. Because congresses are really, really underrated. I don't think it's easy to maintain 2200 in congresses. Maybe the English Championships was a good one, to be honest. But at the same time, no, the English Championships was also very tough. So I don't know. I don't know. If only there was a way you could get like 10 easiest games, just like secure that NM title and then just play. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's better not to try and break it. But yeah, on that note, let's play a 30-minute game. So, if I play a few more 30-minute games, I might actually get onto the leaderboard of Classical, which would be very cool. So I'm going to send a challenge now, and we'll see if we get any response. I do not like how my leeches just glitched there. Oh dear, I do not like that at all. Any glitches I feel like is a bad omen. Let me sign in again. I don't want any problems when I play this game. Alright, let's. This is all normal. Okay, let's try. Okay, I don't know why it's glitching like this. What to do? So I think as soon as I start, then I'll move my camera over to the left side so you guys can see the clock, and I'll of course turn off chat. So you guys are welcome to comment during the game and discuss different moves and ideas, and I'll check your ideas after the game. Okay, so as we're waiting for this game, let's do some more chessable. Yeah, I play on Lichess to avoid glitches, right? And why am I getting glitches now? Like, I don't even know if it's working. Oh, there we go. It worked. Okay, well, so we're playing Glue Ace. Seems like a legit player to me. They've played some bullet games. Perfect. Okay, let's play 1c3. Let's try and bamboozle them. So I'm gonna turn off chat, and I will tune back into chat after the game. Okay, let's go. Let's go Glue Ace from France. Yeah, that's the problem with playing 1c3. Bruh, is he not gonna play? Well, that's just brilliant. My guy. I mean, I think this can happen a lot with 1c3, right? Like, players just checking out. But okay, let's play another. Let's see if we can get a proper game. So that didn't last long at all. But okay, seems like the chat feature is working. So yeah, while we're waiting, let's just do some more woodpecker. And I realize again my camera's going to be covering the board, so this is going to be very tedious. But what to do? Probably just bishop g2, queen takes and rook g4, right? Doesn't look like there's any in-betweeners. Looks very convincing. And rook g4 anyway should be fine. Yeah. I do think that I need to sit down at some point and actually learn some theory for the first time in my life. My coach says that my opening knowledge is around 1900. I think I can achieve NM though. Yeah, I mean... yeah, probably worth learning some theory, but at the same time... I'd say as long as you get playable positions, you don't need to like suddenly learn main lines or something, right? So, I mean, like I'm playing 1c3, and I'm even playing like Gurgenitsa Modern and Benoni with black, and I'm playing the best chess of my career, I think. So, I don't know. I think it depends what your goal is. Like if it was GM, then maybe you need to think a little differently. But for sure with NM, you can get by. Even like this 1c3 repertoire, I would highly recommend it. Oh, queen g2, rook takes, pawn takes, and this is mating. Yeah. If we give this check and they go king g1, then we can do this mate, right? And if they move away, we pick up the rook for free and there's no counterplay. So this looks pretty clear. Also, I think you'll be surprised fast. Like learning openings can be really fun, actually. Like trying to like understand like the theory and not just make it a memory game, but literally just understand the positions you're playing. I think it can be really interesting to yeah, you study some top players' games, and you can also copy their repertoire as well, right? Like you don't need to do it from scratch. Like if there's a player you feel like you kind of maybe resemble a bit of their play, or you admire their repertoire or their games, okay, you can literally build a repertoire based on that. Right, Faz. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. If that's the case, I would be careful of how you make use of this skill, because actually this was the same as me when I was growing up. Of course at like a slightly lower level, but basically I went hardcore with training chess and like really tried to play like correct chess from the opening, and it really backfired because suddenly rather than getting worse positions and having to be resourceful and fight back, I was suddenly getting better positions, and I suddenly didn't know what to do, and I was just actually the psychology of having to convert a slightly better position as opposed to fighting back a slightly worse position. They're two different games, and I realized that I actually have no expertise in converting slightly better positions, and I did really really badly for a while. Like nowadays I'm much better at converting positions, but it took a long time. So I mean, it's potentially something you can try and improve at, right? But you actually are in a good place then if that is your strength. You can actually build a repertoire on something that's a bit offbeat. Maybe something ideal with something like a wing gambit with white against Sicilian, because it's like if your opponent knows absolutely all the theory and they know how to refute your wing gambit, you might be at like a minus zero point 0.3 position, minus zero point 0.4 position with white and having to fight back. But on the flip side, if they don't know what they're doing, you just crush them. So then you either get positions where you know how to you have to be resourceful and fight back even from a worse position, which you have skills at, or you just win. So I think this kind of repertoire would be ideal for you. Like if you can find a repertoire like this, then this is gonna be perfect. Like don't bother trying to play positions where you're trying to get that like plus zero point 0.4 advantage and grind out to win, because you'll suddenly realize, I don't know, if this isn't your strength, then you could even lose games like this, which I had to go through, which was very painful, right? Like, yeah, it's crazy the number of good positions I've managed to mess up against stronger players. It's a tough one to say, but at the same time, like the stronger you get, I also think like the harder it is to be resourceful and bounce back from worse positions. So maybe at some point you do need to learn how to convert positions. So yeah, it's a difficult one to say. Okay, no one in the rapid pool wants a game. I think it's just bishop h2. I've been looking at this move for a while and just not been saying anything. Seems pretty clear to me. If not, then we just win a pawn, so I think that's good. Yeah. Okay, nice. Let's keep this going. I mean, okay, if I don't get a game today, it's fine. Like, I'm happy to have just trained some woodpecker. Probably this is good, right? Unless there's like some in-between move of e3, but I don't really see what's the problem. Probably just knight f3 and it's fine. Yeah, okay, even simpler. My most proficient style of play is more like a surgeon, and I'd say that I need to get positions where a mix of solidity and attacking chess suits me. However, tactical skirmishes suit me too. Interesting. Josh says, my strat is the opposite. I try to get good positions and then not choke. Right. I mean, it's definitely a good way to play chess if that is your strength. But if your strength is fighting back from worse positions, then I don't think that's the way to go. Right, when I played c3 against you, you were laughing and thinking to yourself that you're in completely unknown territory. Yeah, and I know all the nuances. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you also played something very offbeat against 1c3. Like, you didn't turn it into something I had studied, really. So, That also confused me too. I basically panicked in a position where there was probably no need to panic. Yeah, 1c3 all the way. I love it. But 1c3 actually, okay, maybe I wouldn't recommend 1c3 for you fast because it's kind of like more of like it's like control chess where you also have the advantage where your opponent is kind of taken off guard. So you get these like really decent solid positions. Where it's very difficult to lose. Which I quite like. Unless, of course, you play f4 for no reason and then, you know, get a terrible position. I'm so tempted to try and make this work. I feel like it doesn't, though. King takes queen check. And just somehow, like, lift the pieces in, but it feels extremely slow. So no way I can speed this up. Oh, we're just taking and taking the rook. Right. Okay, that's a nice one. This is why, like, this bishop on this diagonal is just such a powerhouse. Which is why I often like to trade it off. Maybe we can just take him and give this fork. Seems convincing to me because at the end we have rook e8, right? And we're picking up one of these pieces. I think that looks very, very good. Right, and this is the position where it looks like my knight is trapped and I'm in some trouble, but then I can just get my knight out, and I'm up 2 pawns. So this is winning. Yeah. Now, for people who are new to the stream, you might think that doing these easy woodpecker methods are a complete waste of time, but I'm actually very, very bad at these simple tactics, and practicing this is really useful for me personally. So I think some players who are better at this don't need to do this, but for me, it's definitely essential that I just keep practicing these basics, because if I don't, then I just get really rusty and I miss it in the game. So now knight takes looks good because of knight here, and if knight takes and the king moves somewhere, I take the bishop. And I'm not getting mated or something, so this looks really good. Okay, nice. Oh, Alekhine tried king f8 here. Knight d6. Oh, rook h4 trapping the queen. No way. But then, okay, you can give back the piece and 3 pawns up. Damn. That queen trap is nice. Rip this Lichess challenge. I'll set it again. Sometimes you need to reset the. Oh, why is Lichess so buggy? Okay, let's try it one more time. I found that sometimes I redo it and it just works straight away. I've shown an ability to fight back in worse positions. I beat that guy in Minot's Congress from very bad endgames. I dug in and eventually traded rooks into a lost king pawn endgame. Right. That's true, actually. Like, yeah, you stayed in that game, and then like your opponent couldn't do enough to win, and actually you managed to turn it around. Most wins have been more smooth and losses the same. Interesting. Yeah, I think player styles is such an interesting aspect of chess, and a really underrated one as well. Like, that's one of the nicest things I find about chess, is that there's not like one set way that you need to be in order to excel. I feel like maybe certain other activities might be more like that, but yeah. But yeah, with chess, yeah, you really get very different styles and plays. That can be good. Turned out to be a London down a tempo, and I wasn't sure what the best setup was. You can contemplate the bishop f5 I'm really happy in these symmetrical structures, actually. So I think that would have been fine for me. Knight d5 looks good because of this. Speaking of London, this is actually kind of like a London, right? This position. Maybe we can just take on f2, trade everything, and then give a fork at the end. This looks quite convincing. Okay, nice. Let's go. Yeah, it's crazy. Back in the day, basically, before Lichess and Chess.com were a thing, people would play on something called ICC, Internet Chess Club. And, you know, the most common time controls would be like, you know, 15 plus 10. And you would get a lot of decent, like, medium length games and practice in. But nowadays, you know, you can be waiting all day for a 30 plus 0 and no one's playing. Let's try one more time. I could go minus 200. I feel like the 2100s are somewhat underrated, though. So let's stick to this. Let's see if we can find a game. I mean, I guess an underrated 2100 is still very good practice, but I still want to try and gain rating, right? If pawn takes in, I've just got queen c2 and I don't see the defense. Looks like they're super weak on the dark squares. I think we can do this. Yeah. I try to improve my weaknesses and biases as much as I can so that I can play any type of position and defend accurately if I need to. Which happened in my league match versus Bronson against Daniel. Okay. Yeah, I know Daniel quite well. We actually went on a trip to Macedonia. I was organizing like a junior trip and I invited Daniel to come. So yeah, Daniel's a strong player, very strong player. Yeah, but that's interesting you were able to turn it around against him. Like, yeah. Now, this one was the tricky one where there's a slight difference of move order here. We need to get this right. Probably bishop g6 looks better. If they take my queen, I just give mate. And bishop g6, if pawn takes, queen takes as mate, right? So that looks stronger. Knight f7, they can probably just take him, and they've got the g8 square as well. Yeah, I feel like improving weaknesses, it's definitely a good idea, and I definitely advocate for it as well. But what you should be very careful not to do is play positions where you are naturally weaker just for the sake of practice. Because I don't think it's worthwhile. Like, ultimately, you want to be practicing the type of game that is going to give you the best results. And I hear too much. Like, I remember hearing some advice for a friend who's not so great at attacking chess and telling him to just play attacking chess. And it's just crazy. It's crazy advice to me. Like, I really disagree with this. Like, you can maybe study it, maybe even practice it in some training games, but don't base your repertoire around this kind of style in some weird attempt to like solve your weaknesses, because it's just gonna be torture. Because you'll end up losing to players who you would typically beat, and this is just so bad for motivation. So I think be very, very careful with this kind of advice. Bishop b5 looks quite strong. If they can't take this way because of this. And how do they deal with this? I'm hitting the queen as well. This feels very, very strong. Okay, nice. I actually don't mind doing a bunch of woodpeckers this stream as well, because basically I've got just 1 week to do all 300 exercises, and the easy ones are also easier, right? So to just try and get as many of these out of the way as possible, this is nice. Oh, this is the classic rook d8 to pick up the loose queen. What if they block bishop at f8? And probably... I want to say takes on f6. But then they can take the rook. But then I think this was the point where we have this bishop takes e5 and we're just threatening mate that can't be stopped. So I think this was it. And I'm pretty sure this was the move. Yeah. And bishop takes e5 with mating threats on the dark squares is very strong. Takes on f7 is my intuition here. King takes and then try and bring in the queen. King g7, queen f7, right? So knight f7, do you have anything else? Probably not. I don't think so. Okay, nice. We'll try one more time. Yeah, it's actually so sad that the strongest players on Lichess now, or on chess.com, they just play bullet, right? Like the strongest title players just playing bullet. And it's such brain rot. Like, it's a real shame. It's like they'll play bullet, but then they'll insist on only playing over the board classical. It's like, it's so dumb. Also, welcome Andrea. I don't believe I recognize your username, so welcome to the stream. How's it going? What's your chess story? Bishop f6 looks pretty strong. If rook takes, then I take this rook. I'm so bad at these deflection tactics, so I think doing this woodpecker has really improved my ability to spot these. Like, I'd be so bad at spotting them. This looks really legit. Nice. I believe this is taking and then giving king f5, and I've got this discovered check. This could be just winning a pawn because the bishop is hanging on e7. It's a nice tactic to know. Okay. Is there a defense here? If knight f6 pawn takes bishop takes, can they stop queen h6, queen g7? It feels slow, but maybe there's no defense. Knight f6 pawn, bishop f6. They literally can't use these squares with the queen. I really don't see a defense actually. Oh wait, no, they can go king h8 maybe? No, they can't because of the bishop. I don't see a defense. Okay, perfect. Maybe knight h6. Okay, they can't come here because of this, so they have to take. And then go bishop takes f6, hit the queen. If bishop e7, then now I can go for the mate. So just the last thing to check is this. If they play queen d7, then probably just queen g3, and again it's leading to mate. Wait, don't mess up the move order now that I've done the calculation. That's one thing. You should never rush with the actual move because you may just accidentally play the wrong move. It happens a lot. I don't think I've ever done it actually, but I've had so many players making this mistake. Because I'm normally very careful with like, yeah, making the right move. Because I know I literally wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I blundered. Maybe queen h2 and I just want to trade because I feel like my king is looking a bit shaky. Knight g4 move order change doesn't work because I'll just simply lose the knight. So I believe probably we need to do this and get rid of the queen. Yeah. This might be bishop g2 and then rook g6. Oh, we've got a game. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Oh, come on, Lichess. I've literally got a game. Okay, let's go. Is this guy a legit player? Oh, he's played 7 rapid games. Okay, let's play. Let's see. 30 seconds to respond. Come on, HHD. If the guy doesn't respond, I probably can't play a classical game today because I have a chess lesson at 4, so I need to give myself an hour's window. Come on, play a move, play a move. Don't melt, don't melt. It's not that scary, it's not that deep. I reckon he's gonna play a move. Ah, he's not gonna play a move. What a bastard. Ah! This is the problem with playing such an OP opening. Players are just completely scared. Stupid work meetings. I was first though, that is true. That is true. Did you play your classical game? No, everyone is too afraid to play. Okay, let's see if we can squeeze in one game. I mean, yeah, I have a lesson at 4, so if I don't get a request within the next 5 minutes, then I think I'll just finish up some woodpecker and then call it a day. What's his rating? I think the guy was like, I don't know, 23, 25 or something, but... Oh, are you talking about Daniel's rating from Bronson? He's like 2,000. So muggy. Imagine being scared of 1c3. This is what I mean though. It's like, you know, players are too afraid to play it online, and then like, if they have to play it in person, then they're just gonna be in even more of a mess. So, I mean, to be honest, if I was playing 1c3 as the black, I would probably just think that they mouse slipped 1c4 and just play the game. Like, I literally wouldn't be afraid. But then I'd get in a false sense of security, right? I really believe in this opening. What was my line? Bishop g2, king g2, and this check. I think this check is really strong. Don't see any... Wait, what's the material like at the end? Check. Pick up. Yeah, we're an exchange up. That's good enough for me. When you say cup game, Faz, is this classical or is this rapid? Because I know that like in the Leicestershire League we have some rapid cups as well. I played such a nice game yesterday. Actually, guys, I might just show you this game. I might just show you this game I played. I think I can memorize. I can remember. Okay, actually, let's have this going on in the background. I don't know why my Lichess is so laggy today. Okay, so while that's loading in the background, I want to show you this. So basically, I had the black pieces, and this is how the game went. So my guy sees I play c5, and he's afraid, so he plays e3. And I was recently working on my 1d4 sideline repertoire, and this is what I played. I realized that I can actually transpose to a Panov by taking and playing d5. Also, welcome Melkor to the stream. Why is YouTube streaming so bugged? The chat never appears the first time I join stream. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's annoying. Yeah, I hope they improve it. But yeah, basically we get this position, and oh, I do not play queen d7. I've been experimenting with this bishop e6 line, and the idea is very nice because you basically support your center. If they take, you can always take back, and you just play against this IQP, and you basically provoke them to push c5, in which now there's no more pressure on the center, and you can go do your thing. But the guy played b3. I've never seen this before. It's apparently just equal. I played g6. He played bishop e2. Bishop g7. Oh, for the record, after b3, I was thinking about playing bishop g4, because now, you know, the main line is bishop g4. But the point is, they take and then play queen b3, and they get like this long, complicated line. But now they've played b3, they block queen b3, right? So I thought it might actually be quite cheeky to play bishop g4, and apparently this is like minus 0.2, right? So this was legit. But I wanted to stick to like my setup, and after the move bishop e3, I played this knight e4. Hitting this loose knight on c3. They decided to take and try and go for this complication. And this is where I calculated, like, I don't know, like 8 minutes. And I was just like, you know what, I think this is really good, taking here. And if they take, I just am a pawn up. So he decided to take, and I take here. And the line I was expecting him to do was just to take. And I thought I'd take back, I get these tripled pawns in the center. But actually the pawns aren't so bad. Like, I can probably get rid of them this way. And they also control a lot of squares. Maybe I can push e5 and cement my bishop on d4. So I was feeling good about that resulting position. But he surprised me with rook c1. And here I was very, very proud of my calculation. I don't know if you guys want to hazard a guess at what you would play. But yeah, in this position, I'd seen this idea that I could play queen a5 check. And the point being is that, well, if king f1, I can actually take this knight, because if they take my bishop, I take the rook. So I'm up material. And queen a5 on queen f2, I have this beautiful move, bishop takes f2. Because they can't take my bishop because I win the queen. And if they go king d1 to keep protecting their queen, I just play rook d8 and I win the queen. So I played queen a5, he played queen d2, and my guy resigned. And I checked this game afterwards. Apart from this slight inaccuracy of playing g6 instead of bishop g4, which is, I don't know, zeros instead of minus 0.2, and okay, bishop e6 is probably a slight inaccuracy as well. Every move was perfect. So it was a really, really nice game, actually. Very nice miniature. So it just goes to show, like, you know, just a little bit of opening work. Like, I just spent, like, maybe 5 minutes thinking about this position, because I knew it could come up. And in the past, I've played, like, some b6 stuff, but objectively, it's a bit dodgy, because there's some queen f3 nonsense, and maybe they can transpose into a decent Benoni, where b6 is a bit, like, offbeat. So I was looking at, like, alternatives here, and I realized I can just get a Panov. And the chances of my opponents knowing, like, Panov theory, if they're a d4 player, is probably quite slim. Maybe if I'd seen beforehand, like, that my opponent is plays one e4 and one d4, maybe I would choose against this. But yeah, worked a treat, worked an absolute treat, and just a very clean game. So yeah, very happy to have done that. Your dad is afraid of kitty cats? I guess that's a good analogy. Aha, rapid 2 games, 20 plus 10. I actually beat Daniel 2-0 in the rapid section of the Wiley Cup last year. But yeah, the openings went my way, and it was quite nice. Like, I don't know, probably me and Daniel are around neck and neck in terms of strength. So it looks like, guys, unless someone sends me a challenge in the next like 30 seconds, I think there's gonna be no game, no classical game for today, which is fine. Yeah, I probably have to cancel this request, because if I play a game, I will only give myself 4 minutes to refresh and recover before the lesson starts, which is probably a bit irresponsible. Takes, and is this endgame winning? I have a pawn up. He has an active king, but these pawns are very well placed, not leaving holes. So this is good. I remember that this was fine as well. Let's get up to exercise 80, and then we'll call it a day. I think this is knight e4. We've got this tactic as well. Okay. Right, this was taking here and then basically going for this, but I remember I took bishop, which is fine, but this is actually just even cleaner. I just enter this endgame a pawn up. And this is winning. I need to be very careful with these ideas and trying to activate my rook, because I can get mated, so I think it was taking. And this is just very strong. Yeah. Okay, and that's exercise 80 done. So you just called C3 Venom a kitty cat? Well, if people are scared of kitty cats, then absolutely, it is a terrifying kitty cat. But yeah, thanks for the support on the games, guys. And yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day there. So it is 2 weeks to go until C3 Venom release. I am going to work on some marketing aspects of it. And yeah, should be good. So, this is Daniel Wilkinson. He's a local player. Actually a junior in our local league, who's a very, very talented, strong player. But yeah, on that note, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day on exercise 80. And I will see you guys all tomorrow for another stream. So hopefully maybe some classical chess, or maybe I'll continue the Argard chapter 2. We'll really see. But okay, I guess see you tomorrow. Adios.